Hey, my name is Darson Grantham. I am a realtor with Keller Williams, and today in this video we're going to go through the multifamily properties that are listed on the market in Des Moines, Iowa, in the surrounding areas. So we're going to go through what went active, what went pending, what sold, and maybe what came back on the market, because all of that gives you an idea of what the small multifamily market activity looks like in Des Moines, so that when you're purchasing, you know, am I putting offers above asking? Am I putting it below asking? How long are properties staying on the market? And it gives you just a good perspective of that. How many are selling off market? And we'll go through what that looks like on a 24-hour sale. And so we'll dig in it'll be about a 10-minute video. So we're going to dig into 3 pending, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I can count, sold. And some of these have been on the market for a while, some have not. Some are 24-hour sales. So we're going to go through first the 1020 and 1022 Williams. This was one that was active, expired with one agent, and then was sold with another agent. So I went through it last week on the details. So next one is 4131 55th Street, and it's a conversion duplex, 3-bed, 2 bath, and then 1 bed 2 bath. It looks like, and I didn't walk it. I talked to the agent about it. It's pretty choppy. One of the tenants was less than a good tenant, let's say, and so just given the numbers, it just didn't feel like one that I wanted to pursue. And none of my investors, I had one investor call about it, but nothing that came to fruition after they learned a little bit of the background on it. And then we have 1320 East 25th Street, and yes, this was a foreclosure. So it went active. It went pending the day it went active. It sold with other properties. So it puts a little wrinkle in the numbers. For what this property is, it doesn't look like a good deal. But when you add in the other properties, that's a different equation. So it's it's not your typical sale. And this was property 0 days on market, so it was a double end. So this agent found both the seller and the buyer and put them together, made the deal happen. And agents that are with brokers typically have to put these properties through the MLS in order to satisfy all the rules of being a realtor. So that's why this is a property that is sold off market but is showing on market, kind of. What we do know is that your list price and your sold price, that's usually going to be the same on a 24-hour sale. It doesn't mean the sale happened in 24 hours. Basically what that means is it never hit the open market on the MLS. It was just an agent found a buyer, an agent found a seller, off market, did the paperwork, put it on market, put it pending, sold right away. 1327 13th Street. This one I walked. I thought it was a pretty solid property. It was 5 built as multifamily, and had some long-term tenants in there. The numbers were a little light on what I wanted in that area. I'll show you the area. So that's where the area is. It's an area that's getting much better, but it's just for what that cash flow was, I thought it was an okay deal. Here's 3 in Ankeny that were all listed by Brenda Helskove, it looks like, and they were pretty good. Good numbers, that is. So 3-bed, 1 bath, built as a duplex, 215 in Ankeny. That's pretty fair. But wait for this one, 205. Oh, this is a different one. So Jenny Jenny Farrell, looks like she did a double end on this one. So that just means she found a buyer, found a seller, put them together. Here's that other one from Brenda in Ankeny, and it looks like, yeah, 172 for a 3-bed and a 2-bed. That's a very good number, unless it needs a crazy rehab. Same thing here, 171 for a 1-bed and a 1 3-bed and 1 2-bed. Numbers work really well. And here's one that's out on the market for a couple weeks. 2 2-beds for 155. Up in this area is, let's see here. Okay, so it was the east side. Yep. So kind of in this triangle. There's some pockets of good properties. There's some struggling streets on there, but it's a pretty good area. Good rental area. Here's another one, East 41st. Brenda, Danny. So that wraps up all of the ones that sold. And then we had, the 3 that went pending at the beginning. And so there's no active multifamily that came on the market except this one in the last 7-10 days. This one came on, and the reason it's pending is because it went pending so quickly. So it was one of the new actives, but it got hit right away. Let's see here. What I want to do now is do decreases. And back on the market. Price decrease. We have 3804 42nd Street. Yep, perfect. So 3804 42nd Street. I walked this property one side, the south side, and both are 1-bed units, and they're built as duplexes. So what that means is they are not a conversion. It was never a single family home. It was built as a duplex. It's on a slab, which is good. You don't have any basement water issues. The bad part about that is very little storage. When I walk this property, it is very small on each side. Well, I shouldn't say very small. It's not large on each side. You have about, I want to say, 700 square feet on each side. The downside here is also that the listing is so high. Your rents in this area, and I'll show you the area. Here you go. So here's your Beaverdale, just south of Lower Beaver, north over Meredith. Myrtle Hay Mall's right here. This area is going to be probably for a 1-bed, a really good 1-bed, you might get 800. A really, really good, you might get 9, but that's very unlikely. I walked it. It should be getting 600 as is, and it's only getting 400, 500 maybe. So the rents are really low. The potential rent is not all that high, especially for that price tag of $189. That is incredibly high. If you think about it, kind of that 1% rule, if you were asking $189, you need to be getting about $900. Yeah, you need to be getting $900 a month of rent on each side for your kind of standard what the market is telling us in Des Moines. And that's just, it's not. It's getting $500 each side. She I believe, didn't even list what the rents were because they were so low. Yeah, I talked to the agent about this. So, okay, yep, 2 back on the market. So here we've got the 2 back on the market. It's 2, almost 3, if you will, because if we remember this one, I've talked about it a few times, 2510 Forest Drive. The area, the neighborhood is one of the best neighborhoods in Des Moines. It's south of Grand. It's across the street from the governor's mansion. Fantastic area. This front house is a duplex. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There's a house behind it, right here, that is being sold with this property. It is 2512 Forest, and they're wanting 120 for that property and 200 for this property. It's a little high. Looks like gross incomes on this property is your 1600, and I think the back property is about 900 for a 2-bed house. So you're looking at, what's that math? $2,500 a month in rent, which isn't bad, but for that price tag of 200 and then 120, so you're looking at a price tag of 320. It's low. Low rent for that price of house. I really like the properties. I think there's a lot of potential in the long term. Just tough to cash flow on day one with the price where it's at. I think you need to offer somewhere around $250 to make it cash flow on day one, depending on how much you put down, depending on what your finances are, all that good stuff. Then we have this property. This property cracks me up. I walked it. Literally, it cracks me up, if you know what I mean. I walked it. It is rough inside. Tenants are not paying, from what I'm told through the grapevine. I did not talk to the agent about this, but I'm told that the tenants are not paying and not leaving, if that makes sense. The price is crazy good, though. I mean, $65,000 for something that, yes, it's not in the most desirable neighborhood by everyone, but it's really close to Drake. I just sold a house, literally where my cursor is right here. Sold a house, a 3-bed, 2-bath house for $96,000 that needs $5,000, $10,000 of work, and it'll be worth $150,000. So like this area, you know, it's hit or miss, but it's right here is a really, really nice house. So I think someone could buy it, and the problem is you got to get the tenants out of there. That's your biggest struggle, is getting the tenants out of there. Very few landlords want to deal with that right now. So that wraps up all of the multifamily properties that are on market. This week I did have 2 off-market properties that came across my desk. Unfortunately, as a realtor, we can't send out off-market properties. We can, in a mass text or email, I can reach out to people. So if you're an investor that wants to see off-market and you're not on my list and you didn't get the text or an email from me, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. The information is below, and I will get you on the list to figure out, do you want to see conversions? Do you want to see built as multifamily? Do you want to see larger multifamily? Are you looking for single family flips? If I know what you're looking for, I have a better chance to get something in front of your face that's off market that will fit what you're looking for. So I appreciate it. Again, I'm Darson Grantham, realtor with Keller Williams, licensed here in Iowa, and I am here to help. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, let me know.